Hi, I'm Carrie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little deck chemistry and showing some of the decks that I think would pair very well with the Witch Sisters Tarot that just came into my collection. Now, this is a deck by Julia Jeffries, available through Llewellyn, Amazon. It's mass market. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's all over TarotTube. Right now, everybody's talking about using it. And I picked mine up actually secondhand. I picked it up off of a fellow tarot tuber who wasn't connecting with it. And I'm glad I did, because I, so far, really enjoy this deck. So to kind of get my energy vibe into the deck, the very first thing I did was I edged the deck. I edge my deck with plain old Bic markers, and the two markers that I used for this edging, oh, was it this one? Oh, now see, I'm not going to remember. I think it was this one, but I don't know if they have, oh yeah, they do. So this is honey brown, and like I said, this is Bic Mark It. And just in case it was this one, this is Tiki Hut Tea, and this one is Pink Flamingo. And I put pink, I'm pretty sure it's this one. I put Pink Flamingo on first, and then I went over it just real lightly with this honey brown. Any deck edgings I've done, these are the only markers I use. I don't mess around with Tombow or anything else like that. I use these ones. I've never had the edgings come off on my fingers. Once it's on there, it's on there. And yeah, I love using those. So, and you can find those anywhere, and they don't cost a lot. So I edged it, I cleansed it, and then the very first thing I did was I was shuffling and playing around with it. And I decided to get out the Poesis, I believe is how you say it, Oracle. And I asked, what does the Witch Sister Tarot want to talk to me about? And the card that came out was Wound. And I was like, okay, so we're going to get right into this heavy right away. And I pulled some cards in regards to that. And it was such a powerful reading that made so much sense. And I'm like, okay, this deck and I are going to vibe pretty well together. And then I used this to ask what to do to help heal the wound, to bring some closure to this wound, and so on. And I pulled 3 cards, and these were the 3 cards actually that came out of the Poesis Oracle. So my first deck pairing is this, and I think it goes pretty well. It's a very neutral oracle, so it would go well with any deck, really. I mean, it's just cream and black, so it's not like you're pairing up colors or anything. But the thing that makes the biggest impact to me is the actual messages and how they pair together and what they say. This pairing right here. So we have noise, and we have 5 of trees, which is the 5 of wands, and the Fool. Now, when I give any interpretations, I'm just going to give the standard Rider-Waite interpretations, but the guidebook is something that I am going to heavily use with this deck as I get to know it, because as other people have said in their walkthroughs, the guidebook is completely, I don't want to say completely different. I mean, you could read it Rider-Waite meanings if you wanted to, but there is a shift in the meanings in the guidebook to this deck. And I want to embrace that. Those are the meanings that I want to embrace. But for demonstration purposes, we'll just go with like the standard. So like Noise, the Fool, and the Five of Wands, I think this pairs really well because it's, you know, what noise, what is happening in your life? Why is all this chaos with that Five of Wands? Even if it is friendly competition, are you really needing to engage in this noise right now? Maybe you need to start over, go in a different direction, something like that. That's how I would, you know, read this. It's really important to me that the messages are what is the star and not the coloring and pictures and that of the deck. So 9 of Skies, that's 9 of Swords. Then we have 8 of Trees, that's 8 of Wands. So that's big changes coming in quickly, and that takes courage. And maybe that's some courage that you got to battle these fears in order to go with this flow, go with this change energy that is coming forward right now. So I do really think, even though this is more of a neutral based deck, I do really think it goes well with this deck here. So the next deck I thought would work very well with the Witch Sister is the Woodland Wardens Oracle. This is an oracle I rarely use, and I know it's a beloved oracle here on TarotTube. I just don't use it that often. Okay, so right here we have Deceit, Strength, and the Ace of Waters, which is the Ace of Cups. So are you deceiving yourself? Or someone deceiving you? You need to have courage to face that, to be brave enough to stand up to that truth, to stand in that truth, and maybe approach the situation with love. So I think that's a good reading. Then you have Ace of Skies and 7 of Water. So that's 7 of Cups, Ace of Swords, and Home. So yeah, I really like this pairing also. I think, you know, the colorization goes well, even with the white border here in the middle between them. So this was definitely another one that I liked, and I liked it a lot, that maybe I'll start using this oracle more often. Another deck I thought that would go really well is the Divine Nature Oracle by Angie Sullins and art by Greg Spolenka. Now this deck is all about recognizing that divine that's within you, and so that's why I thought that this would be good to go together. So let's see, what do we have here? Listen to Your Muse, 5 of Skies, and Tradition. This is the Hierophant, and the 5 of Swords, when Listen to Your Muse. So maybe this is about, you don't need to dull someone else's light in order to shine within yourself. And maybe instead of trying so hard to do things differently, start figuring out what it is that sparked that initial passion to begin with, and try to reconnect to that again, like with that Listen to the Muse. I don't know, I'm just like making it up as I go along. Oh, we have Renewal, Reclaim Innocence, and the 3 of Trees, the 3 of Wands. So Reclaim Innocence and Renewal, that, you know, you have to get back to that childlike wonder and remember where it is that you came from. Remember how you started. Remember what it's like to see the world with fresh eyes, instead of like seeing the world through all those scars and traumas and things like that you've accumulated. And when you do that, it'll be easier to know which direction, what journey you want to go on next. So I think that works really well together. Remember who you are. We have the 8 of Swords, 8 of Skies, and 8 of Water, so 2 8s there. And I think the coloring goes very well together with these two decks. So we have 3 of Stones. This is 3 of Earth, so 3 of Pentacles, Burn Sacred Fire, and the Spinner of Threads, which is our Wheel of Fortune. I think these two decks are really, really beautiful together. When I was playing around with it, this was one of my favorite pairings, along with that Woodland Wardens Oracle. So another deck I thought I would try pairing with it is the Wild Woman Rising. It's another Angie Sullins deck. I really like the empowerment energy to this deck here, and that's really why I bought it. I'm all about the empowerment of women and having women step into their own power, because mine was suppressed for a long period of time, and it's taken me a long time to actually step into my power and to claim it and embrace it. And not everybody liked it, and you know, too bad on them, but still. I don't remember if I switched cards or not. So we have embrace the internal mother, that nurturing side of you. Maybe you didn't get nurtured when you were younger. And so we have to learn those skills all over again for ourselves, to learn to nurture ourselves. So we have 10 of water. So that's a nurturing energy in itself, that 10 of cups. And you could see it as, you know, self-love, not as, you know, family love or familial love. And then you've got the 10 of skies and that 10 of swords. And that's that like push-pull energy, I think, right here with the 10 of cups and the 10 of swords. And, you know, where you are feeling maybe that you don't deserve to embrace that internal mother, but yet it's your right to nurture yourself in the same manner, if that makes sense. The Hermit, gather your tribe, and Elf Stroke. Elf Stroke is the tower in this deck. I don't remember what the actual meaning of it is in the guidebook. I don't have the meanings memorized to this in any way, but I think this is really cool with the Gather Your Tribe and the Hermit, which is all about going in and sometimes self seclusion, you know, where you're stepping back and pulling away from everybody, your tribe. And maybe it's because you've been hurt. Maybe your tribe hurt you. Maybe your friends, family, someone that is close to you hurt you in some way. So, you know, you're stepping back from them for the time being. 4 of waters, 6 of swords, 6 of skies, which is swords. This is cup, and know yourself. If you are feeling bored and out of sorts and not sure, you know, where you can't even focus on what you really want, then what is really going on within you that you need to know you better? So the 6 of swords, the moving away. Maybe you have lost yourself so much so that you don't recognize yourself anymore. And so I would say that this combination is basically you coming back into yourself, knowing that something isn't good for you and you're, you know, moving away from it. So yeah, this is another one that I think is beautiful. Even though the art style is different in this, I still feel that it pairs very well with one another. So another one that I feel is like empowering energy is the Priestess of Light Oracle. This is by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. It's by Hay House. The other one is US Games. I don't think I said. Both Angie Sullins are US Games, but I think that's pretty widely known now. I thought this was another the good pairing, especially in the aesthetic wise, you know, because this is a very muted color palette, and these are kind of muted too. I mean, there's a few bright cards, but for the most part, I would say this has a more muted color palette. Calming the waters, and we have flow and 7 of stones. I'm not going to do all of these again, but I do think, like, this is, look at this blue and this blue here, and then we go over to the darker blue. I mean, that's a perfect aesthetic. And it's Sacred Breath and Sound, Life Force Communication, Ancient Starlight, and this is Made of Water, so that's Page of Cups. And then we have 4 of Trees, 4 of Wands, 4 of Stones, 4 of Pentacles, and then the Learning, Joy, Art, Music, and Wisdom. So I guess I should have said there's some nudity in this deck, but I think that's also known too. But this is another one that goes beautifully with the Witch Sisters. In the guidebook for this deck, it talks about the origins of the folklore, histories, and traditions that feed into the deck are Celtic, and a particular focus on those from Scotland, mainly because that is Julia Jeffrey's home. So of course I had to get out the Celtic Spirit Oracle, because I mean, I think this is the only Celtic Oracle I have. Maybe not. Now, the aesthetics of this I wasn't fond of, because this deck is all that green and this muted gray, and that, I guess it goes together, but so like here we have King of Skies, King of Swords, Heart Center, Connection, Love, Receiving, and the Two of Stones. So the Two of Sword, or no, Two of Earth, Two of Pentacles. I don't know why I keep calling it the Two of Earth. Oh, this is a decision between heart and head. That's actually how I would see that, with this heart center right in the middle, and you've got the King of Swords over here and the Two of Earth over here, Two of Pentacles, where you get that balancing aspect to all of it and taking on all of that, adding more and more and more to your plate, but you have heart center in the middle. So is it a struggle between your head and your heart? Are you being too logical about the whole thing and having a hard time really grasping what your heart is wanting, and you're too busy weighing the options back and forth that you can't even make a decision over it? I mean, that's kind of how I would see that. And then we have Seven of Wands, Doorway, Strength, Journey, and then Page of Pentacles. And then the witches are the knights. So you got the Knight of Stones, or Witch of Stones, Ten of Trees, Stop, Recharge, Self-Care, and we have Death and the Two of Water. Oh, this is a good pairing right here, you know, with releasing and letting go of the things that are stress and reconnecting with yourself, because with this self-care, especially being a center card, and you got the Two of Cups over here, yeah, that's your connection like with another, but what about your connection with yourself? What about some self-love, self-nurturing, self-encouragement kind of thing? We got the Herbalist, Herbs, Medicine, Healing, and then we've got Six of Pentacles, and the Tree of Life, which is the Emperor. And this, I don't know why, it's a 4, you know, you think I would remember, but every time I see that, it like trips me up. The Crone Fairy, we have Wisdom, Future, Truth, Three of Skies, and Five of Water. So I do think that this works well, even though the color palette is a little bit different. I just, you know, with this being Celtic lore based, Celtic traditions and that, I think this would be a really, really good oracle to pair with this. So another one I thought I would try is the Urban Crow Oracle by M. Jane Collinane. This is the mass market one by Hay House. This is another one where the aesthetics are completely different. So we have Six of Trees, Distraction, and Maid of Trees. So Queen of Skies, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Elfame. This is the Empress. And Communication. Ace of Skies, Community, and the King of Stones. So that's the King of Pentacles. This one, I'm not sure how I like it with this deck. I think I like the other Woodland Wardens, as far as if I was going to use an animal deck or wanting an animal energy. I think it would work better. Another deck I tried pairing with it is the Cottage Witch Oracle by Krista Chronicles here on TarotTube, YouTube. And I really like this one with it. It goes, I think, rather well. We have the 9 of Water, 9 of Cups, and Nikiven, however you pronounce that. That is the High Priestess and boundaries. Follow your intuition. You know, maybe you're people pleasing with that 9 of Cups energy right there. So Poison Ivy, Discomfort, 5 of Skies, 5 of Swords, and the Witch of Skies, which is the Knight of Swords. And so maybe you've had an uncomfortable conversation. Maybe there's someone's energy that is a little forceful for you, especially with that 5 of Swords energy there, that is makes you uncomfortable because maybe it makes you face things that you're not ready to face. We have 5 of Trees, 5 of Wands, Kindness, and then Ancient Starlight. This is the Star card. I love this card. I think it's my favorite in the deck. You can compete against someone, but you can do it in a decent way too. You don't have to be underhanded with it. And don't think that you have to battle somebody. If you have enough faith in yourself, you know, that kind of energy. Pathway, 4 of Trees, and Renewal. I think that's pretty together. The Land, Magic, and 4 of Stones, 4 of Pentacles. So this is another one that I would definitely pair up with this deck. I think it is a fantastic pairing. Oh, we got Tower, Ending. Did I change that one? And 8 of Water. So that's 8 of Cups, where it's, you invested all this energy in something and it basically blew up. It's done. It's not going to bring you the satisfaction and what you thought you were going to get from it. So you have to accept the ending to it. So, and like I said, I'm just using the standard Rider-Waite meanings. The book meanings are different. So yes, this is another one. Definitely going to pair with it. And for my last deck pairing, I thought I would try the Roots and Wings. Now, the artwork, of course, is completely different in this, and there's a lot of white space in this deck, so I really wasn't sure how it would go. This was my iffy. This one and the Urban Crow Oracle. Those were my 2 iffy deck pairings with this, and so you can let me know what you think of it. So we have the 6 of Skies, 6 of Swords, Grounded, and the 3 of Earth, 3 of Stones, 3 of Pentacles. So I think that goes, you know, pretty well with each other. Now that coloring is nice. Let's see what else we have here. Knight, 9 of Skies, and 7 of Water. 4 of Water, Death, and 3 of Water. So 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and Death. So maybe you're having a hard time seeing the ending to this relationship that has come about, especially with the 3 of Water here. And it talks in the guidebook about these salmon and how they do everything in their power to get upstream to respawn, including dying for it, you know. So I think that's a really good pairing when you look at the guidebook entry for these 2 cards and the Death card there in the middle. 6 of Water, 6 of Cups, Breathe, and then we have Flow. So this one works also. It's just a little bit different, like I said, as far as the images go. So what I would like to know from you is, what was your favorite pairing, first of all? And do you have this deck and are you pairing it with something? And let me know what that is and how it's working for you. Are you choosing to work with this deck in a specific way? I would love to hear that also. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Trying to continue to grow my channel. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you here. And until I see you next time, bye.